Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this latest narration in the web series The Burning Ones. If you're new to the series, there is a playlist listed down below in the description. And as always, I hope that you enjoy. Chapter 30, The Seraph and the Spark. Mark, CV cautiously walked closer to the ring of light. This is what you guys see all the time. I could tell by her face that she was trying to comprehend all she had learned, to reconcile it with her understanding of the world. Yeah, we don't know exactly why, Mark explained, but some augments develop an ability to see these creatures. Do they all look like this? Don asked. His inquisitive nature was ever present, especially in the face of the novel experience. Mark shrugged. It's really hard to see their faces, or maybe it's harder to remember them, I don't know. They look similar, human-shaped. Some seem to favor a particular color when they become active, but generally the colors follow the same pattern fires do in the real world. They look different to me, I volunteered. It's almost like they are mimicking your appearance in a distorted way. Wait, hold up. Both. Breaker pointed to me and then Fontaine. Both of you can see this without the gadgets. Why did nobody tell me I have a guardian angel? Mark, I thought you were just a wizard or something. We did tell you. A slightly tired but bemused expression spread across Mark's face. Nah, I'm pretty sure that I would remember that. Breaker rubbed his eyes and then asked, Wait, was I drunk? No, but it seems very few humans can retain the information as a fact, Mark said. You and CV both forgot the briefing. Some managed to hold on to the idea, at least in a theoretical level. Am I going to forget this? Breaker asked. Then he too came for a close look at Don's guardian. I have no idea. Mark looked at Cooper for reassurance. The warlock only shrugged. We've never actually figured out the way to show guardian to a non-augmented human before. This is uncharted. Man, Doc, I know I was trashing you and your machine earlier, Breaker said, tentatively. His eyes darted around the room as if he was trying to spot his guardian, but I kind of want to see my buddy now. This machine is safe, Fontaine said. Any of you are welcome. She's crashing, Zevi shouted from the other room. I need help in here. Cooper and Mark responded immediately. They bonded with their guardians and ran from the lab. Breaker, Zevi, and Don all scrambled for equipment. Fontaine and I followed the two warlocks. I don't know what I was expecting to do to help. My knowledge of human medicine came exclusively from films, and I was told even nonfiction is not accurate. Regardless of what I intended, I was unprepared for the foreign scene inside the operating theater. Lee laid on a table in the center. Numerous machines were monitoring her. The lines representing her heartbeat, respirations, and brain waves were erratic, spiking only the smallest amount, flattening again. This was not the strange part. The strange part was seeing Lee's guardian floating above her body, with its hands thrust inside her chest cavity. The stranger part was Zevi, who stood beside the bed, a stream of energy coursing out of the guardian in his chest and into Lee's guardian. Whoa! Mark skidded to a stop beside the bed and put his hands in defensively. Zevi, stop! It's the only way, Zevi groaned. Whatever he was doing, the effort was draining him. The last time someone tried this, it blacked out an entire cruiser, Mark pleaded. You have to stop. I don't understand. Fontaine frantically surveyed the medical data, jumping back and forth between screens. She shouldn't be dying. The damage was repaired. I realized that while Lee's body was mended, to whatever extent medicine could supply, there was something less easily repaired. As is the case with sentient life in the entire galaxy, human life is inexplicably more than what pure science could perceive. Beside her heart, wrapped in the guardian's hands, I saw something, a spark, a dying spark. I did not know what it was, but I was certain it was real. Then I saw something else. Lee's guardian was fading. It was no longer attempting to maintain itself and had focused all of its attention on preventing the life of the woman it protected. She's not going to make it, Cooper growled, and added a beam of energy from his own guardian to support Zevi's efforts to save Lee and her guardian. It won't work, Mark pleaded. It could kill both of you. This could cripple the ship. We just need more, Zevi said, the color was fading from his face. Don, Breaker, and CV entered the theater with their medical gear. What on earth? CV exclaimed. I guess you could see some of what we were seeing. I need... Zevi held out his hand. Help! Breaker dropped his gear and ran forward. His guardian followed close behind. I got you. When Breaker touched Zevi, a beam of light shot out from Breaker's guardian. through his body and up his arms and into the cleric. CB rushed towards Cooper, who was beginning to stagger. Mark shouted, "No! No!" and tried to stop her, but CB pulled free and put her hands on Cooper's back, light blasting out of CB's guardian, through her body and into Cooper's, steadying the giant and adding intensity to the beams fitting Lee's guardian. Lee's guardian continued to fade. It was barely visible. It was not working. The spark in Lee's chest was flickering along with the heart rate on the monitors. They were losing her. My head started to spin. My ears started ringing as the lights filled the room. I stumbled forwards, dizzy. "You're," I mumbled, "missing." I regained some of my balance and reached out my hand as I walked past Cooper. "Gaia!" Voltaine howled and rushed towards me. "No!" The world around me slowed. Everything was bright or dark. My head was going to explode, but the pain didn't seem important. Something was important. I couldn't remember what. I saw Voltaine's terrified face. He was reaching for me. Mark was watching. His face was frozen in confusion. The monitors seemed important, but that wasn't it. They didn't matter anymore. I turned my eyes on Cooper. It wasn't him, or Sevie, then Devi, and Breaker, not. My eyes fell on Lee. I could see through her body. The spark. It was fading. "Here!" I shouted. My voice was distorted and muffled. The world slowly began to speed up. I reached towards Lee's torso, pointing at the spark in her guardian's desperate hands. "No!" Voltaine echoed through the theater. He was far away. "Don't!" "It's here, Mark." Zevi and Cooper redirected their salvo towards Lee's chest. A third beam shot in. Mark busted join the efforts. I lost my balance. I was too dizzy. My hand touched Lee's chest. It was like grabbing a live wire. The room started vibrating. The oscillating in my senses cycled faster and faster. Everything was illuminated in beautiful colors, colors foreign to the mortal world. Voltaine crashed into me, knocking me away from the med table. I saw a bright flash. Lee sat up. My head struck the floor. My vision flickered, and my ears buzzed. "Do you dream?" My voice was alien, distant, lost out in the void. "Only when I am awake." Shadow's voice was warm, soothing. "Breaker!" Voltaine was kneeling beside me, trying to control the seizure. "Help me hold her!" "Did you dream today?" My voice was even farther away. My vision faded into black and white. I watched helplessly as my friends dashed about the room, looking for something. "Always, Seraph. Though of late," Shadow's voice dropped to a whisper. I couldn't see anything anymore. "I've dreamt many dreams." His voice drifted away, softer and softer. My body stopped shaking. "We can't keep her around," Cooper shouted. I was drifting over the edge of consciousness. "She could be the answer," Zevi countered. I was fading. The voices were getting further and further from me as the drugs took effect. "She could kill us all!" Cooper's voice disappeared along with the other sounds. My mind was silent. Finally, I could rest. "Will you sleep, Seraph?" Shadow's voice was silky. It echoed and bounced inside my mind. "Or will you dream?" End of chapter. I'd quickly like to thank the T5 peeps: Cold War Boomerwaffen, Sevaren Serberous, Bushmaster 177, Henry the Red, Casper Arnholtz, Cold War Boomerwaffen, Elijah Silvercross, Dragzoon W.R.E, and Sevaren Serberous. Thank you very much.